You're live. Hello, hello, hello. I am live. All right. I'll wait for people to come in. Let me see what is happening. Oh, I didn't have to do that. I don't know if a lot of you have heard about this marathon going on for the reward money for Summer Wells's return. I'm going to give you all that information. Let's see. Okay. Yep, there we are. Okay. Hi, Samantha. You're so sweet. So, have you heard about Summer's reward fund, the marathon that's been going on for a week now? Yep, it's been going on for a week, and I don't see. Let me see if I can work on this, Samantha. Just hang with me. Chat box. Let's see. Let's see how if I can figure some of this out. It wasn't wanting to let me go on at first, and then I figured out I had to keep retrying. But it's the normal Saturday 7 o'clock live. Let's see what can I do here. What is all this stuff? Pop out event filter. I don't know what that means. Um, Add a group so you can move multiple sources at the same time. Um, hmm. No, I don't think I need that. Let's see. Okay. There is a donation right there. That's cool. Subscription goal. I don't know. Video device. Audio option. Scenes. Charity goal. Here we go. I don't know what that was. Okay. All right. Where's the chats right there? Okay. All right. Hey, guys. All right. Cindy, Harley Chick, Samantha. I absolutely love you, Sherry. And yeah, I have. Okay. What I was asking about was the Summer Wells uh, marathon for her reward fund. I'm going to give you some information on that. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it ends at midnight, and it's over on John Q. On his channel. There's a set of YouTubers, just certain ones that have been taking turns, and they just keep going and keep going, and they've been on this marathon for 7 straight days. I think that's very cool. And I wish my chats were coming up on the screen, and I don't know how to do that. I really don't. And let's see. Oh, Summer. Summer. I was looking for you last week, And did you send me a photo of your brother that you wanted me to do a reading on? And I never did the reading because I've been thinking about that and I couldn't remember who it was, and I think it was you. And I still have the email um and his picture. You're so nice. I'm doing okay, Cindy. Can you see each other's chats? Okay. Summer, I'm going to take a look at that again. I'm not going to charge you for it or anything. Um, but yeah, I think it was a picture of you with your brother and then your brother in a car with someone else, if I remember right. Okay. You guys can see each other's chats. I can't see it on the screen, but I can see it on my cell phone. Yeah, I'm doing good. I went Wednesday for another echocardiogram, um, which I'll get. I should have heard something Friday, but I haven't yet. And then November 1st, I go for some more pulmonology tests, which I've had all of them. Um, so this is it's just something that's going to get worse and worse and worse as time goes on. Um, and I've been struggling a lot with my health. So yes, I'm going to do it for free. I'm not going to charge you. This you sent me that picture a long time ago, and I don't have the picture in front of me, but I remember his face. I don't remember his name. You don't, I mean, there's a lot that I can tell, but I think what happened to your brother, from what I'm picking up right now, and it may be just my opinion, but I feel like he was done wrong by people who he thought were his friends, but friends don't do things like that to each other. Now, you can either tell me I'm on the right track or I'm not, but I feel like I am. I have goosebumps, and I don't have his picture in front of me. I don't remember his name, but I did look at the picture. But that was a long time ago. But it's like things like that stick with me, you know. So summer, I will go back and look and everything, but am I on the right track so far? Because I feel like your brother was a really good guy and he would have gave his shirt off his back for anybody, even a stranger. And I feel like he was done wrong by people he thought were his friends that he could trust. Don't tell me nothing. I'm reading this off my phone. I'm sorry, guys. So, do you know if I'm on the right track as far as his friends? So-called friends. I don't feel like they were friends. I think I think they did him wrong. Dolly, is there a message from my mom? Yeah, yeah. Thank you for putting my email in there, Summer. Dolly. I have to kind of do my thing, and then we'll get to the show tonight, which is going to be about Summer Wells. Okay. If y'all want to, okay. Let me concentrate on Arlene for a minute while you guys talk, and then we're going to get into Summer Wells because there is, I got goosebumps everywhere. There is a marathon going on, and this is the last day. This is the seventh day that this marathon has been going on, and they're raising money for the reward fund for whoever finds Summer. And there is a lot of information over on JQ, his channel. Um, I was on there the other night talking, and he was very nice to me. He's a really nice man. And Miss Q, Miss Q Corlock, she was there, and she was very kind to me too. And there was so much echo and everybody talking at the same time that I had to get off of there. But I do have a special guest coming on just as soon as we can correlate a time, because the person that's coming on actual has an actual job. Whereas, I told her I would work around her schedule. But I will put out a post for that, and I can guarantee you nobody's going to want to miss this. Um, and you know how I feel about Chris McDonough, and he was on John Q today, and I wanted to get on there and talk to him so bad but there were so many people on the panel already, and I just wanted to tell him two things. One is how much I love and respect him, and the other, um, I can't remember, but it was it was in my head at the time. Um, let's see. Okay, so if you could just bear with me for a minute. Dolly, was your mother a small, petite lady that's been gone for quite some time now? Does she have a long life and very sweet, perfect style grandma, except for the fact she was short and little tiny thing? I see her as being a tiny little thing, um, with the short gray curly hair and always looked pretty, always wanted to look pretty. She's been gone for quite some time. I'm gonna see. Okay, let me see here. What is she saying? Yeah. What makes you sick, Summer? She was just so Dolly. What or your mother, Irene, was just so like I could picture her with like drinking tea and having the little saucer under it and things like that. That's how I'm picturing your mother. You didn't take up anything, Summer. No, you speak it, honey. You say what's on your mind, what you feel. Don't be afraid to say anything. I just don't want anybody to be hurting anybody else here or anywhere else. I just want to see if I'm picking up on the right lady. Yep, cup and saucer. Yep. She was the doily lady, but she Has Irene been gone for a long time? Because I'm feeling like 70s. Either she passed in the 70s or she was in her 70s. Can you tell me anything about that, Dolly? Nobody's being mean to me, honey. I just wished I could see the chats on the screen. I don't know how to fix that. Do you, Summer? She was 86. Okay. What year did she pass? If you don't mind me getting into it, I just kind of want, because I'm seeing like 70s or something, and I don't know if that has anything to do with her or not. Because when I open up to read somebody, sometimes other people come in too. I don't understand what you mean. This She died this year? Oh God, Samantha. I'm sorry. No, I'm sure he knew what he was doing. He did it on purpose. Your grand was 70. My mom, Dolly, my mom said, no, my mom passed this year. Nan died in 1970. Okay. Okay. That explains a lot. Okay. Thank you, Dolly. And if you want to email me, my email address, um, I always try to make sure that it's in the description box of my videos. Um, and uh, we can always get into this more if you want to. But just know that when people pass away, they're the same as they were here when they pass. They're the same person. It's just, you know, they're not physically here anymore, but they are still the same. Oh, you're very welcome. Oh, thank you, Wild Box. Thank you, Summer. Thank you for putting that in there. And I enjoy reading people. I don't know, it gives me a sense of, I don't know, it's hard to explain. It's almost like I did something good. It's so hard to explain. And it's hard, I know it's hard for a lot of people to understand. Um, and I have done videos on all these um, true crime stories that are out right now. And I do them, but I do them in my way. I mean, I've always been into true crime, always. Um, but I can't do all that stuff on computers and all that stuff. That's a lot of work. I mean, you wouldn't think that it is, but it's a lot of work. So when I watch a lot of these YouTubers that, I mean, they have all this information and stuff, it's like, wow, because I know it takes hours and hours and hours of a day, and sometimes it takes weeks to make one video. Um, and I just don't have that in me, not anymore. Um, but I do have a gift that I can give, and it makes me feel good to be able to do that. Um, Now, when I was watching the marathon for Summer Wells, when I first started watching it, I hadn't heard about it, but it was like $12,000, and now it's almost to $25,000. And we are trying, well, when we were talking about how much money we could raise, I kept saying 50,000, 50,000. I can picture it. 50,000 for a reward. But that is if um, a lot more YouTubers get involved. And I mean, like um, Chris McDonough. I think he could raise that all on his own, you know. But I mean, they're selling T-shirts and sweatshirts and coffee mugs and um, water pitchers. Keeps your water cold or keeps your coffee hot. They're selling all kinds of stuff to raise money. Um, or you can just donate. And like I said, I want to get you the information to that. I want to look at and see what you're saying. And I wonder how to take my face off this screen while I have a cigarette, but I don't know how to do that. I don't want to end the stream. Let me see what this is. No. No. Check to open your notification window. I don't know what that is. I just scroll across each one of these little things and look at what it's telling me. That's how I'm learning this. And I'm doing this on my own because I want to. I need to know how to do this on my own. I don't know what that button is. I want to touch something. I don't know what it is. Dashboard. Oh, I did something. Oh, it just came on. Okay. Came on all by itself. Studio mode. I'm going to do that. Well, I'm going to try that and see what happens. I'm waiting. See what it does. Intermission again. Was that up there before? I don't remember. Live? Yeah, more live, but I don't. Live scene. Oop, okay, what's that do? Yeah. Do we have any new members? Hey, Marcy. Uh-oh, what did I do? So, what happened? Hey, Marcy. Yeah, I don't think quitting's gonna do me any good anymore. Oh, there it is. Chat's on the thing now. Good. Yes, I'm back. Dolly, are you a regular subscriber? All right. Marcy, are you still in on your vacation? Or are you back home? Samantha must have said something naughty. I see it's deleted. Is that deleted? What does that say? I hate doing this. Samantha, what did you say? Was you a bad girl? No, I don't think we have any members yet. What's up with that? It's well, it's the middle of the month. It's the middle of the month. I keep thinking it's the end of the month and um people haven't done anything with it yet. Oh, becoming no, actually my moderators are automatically members for everything. They get everything. My moderators do, and it's free for you. That's how I do it. I don't know how anybody else does it, but that's how I do it. And I'm not real happy with the badges. I mean, because Dylan told me they're more like an emoji, and they don't really look like a crystal. Like they just live and learn, and I'm learning. So yes, thank you for being a subscriber. I promise I wasn't bad. Samantha. How are you doing, Samantha? You making it okay? I think about my subscribers all the time. Wonder how this one's doing. I wonder how that one's doing. I haven't heard from this one in a while, and Dolly. Yeah, I love Dolly Parton. I remember back in the olden days, when I was like 2 or 3, I think it was about 3, I had a pair of Hee Haw overalls. They were made out of jean material, and they had the donkey and corn, and it said Hee Haw on the front. It had all the little characters and everything. It was so cute. I think my mom still has those. I hope she didn't get rid of them. But yeah, that was so cool. And I will do I was thinking, once I get all this health information back, I may do uh a little video about what's going on and do it for members only. The problem is we have no members yet. Wonder if I can do one that's for subscribers, subscribers only. Which I really don't understand, like being a member. Um, you get certain perks and stuff like that that other people don't get. Um, I don't know. I just don't understand it a whole lot. And you cannot tell me. Okay, I was thinking. I looked at the clock and I was thinking something else. Okay, I was thinking we was on for 2 hours already. No way. We've been on for 42 minutes. But okay, now Summer Wells. I am going to look this up. John Q. Okay, that's an old one. It says live. That's John Q. Not okay. Summer Wells Reward Fund. Maybe that's a commercial or something. Summer Wells CIVIS Bank Reward Fund is now 24,344 and 20 cents. We need to bring it up to 25,000 and they will do it. I mean, by midnight they will do it. But anybody who wants to add to that fund, or if you want to go over to John Q, they have in there, you can go to um, Miss Q Car Lock, and they sell t-shirts, sweatshirts, and all that stuff, and it has Summer's name on it. There's I want one that it's a t-shirt, and it says summertime. And basically what that means is that it's time to bring summer home. But they had to be careful about how they were doing it so that it wasn't like going against Dawn and Candace. And it's a picture of a little girl on a swing that's tied to a tree, and it's really cute. That's the one I want. But they also have sweatshirts. Um, I guess I could try to figure out how to do that. Summer Wells Reward Fund. No, CV. No, CIVIS Bank Reward Fund, and it's for Summer Wells. But I don't have like any kind of, I don't know, account number or anything like that. I'm looking because they're advertising and stuff about it. They were also playing some music earlier that was written by Chris McDonough, and it's available on I don't have it, or I guess I could get it. Um, Spotify. It's on Spotify, and one of them is called His Eyes, and it's really cool about him finding God, basically. And then there's another one that he wrote called Wind, WIND, and that one was about when he lost his son. So, um, let's see. This should be oh, that might get me in trouble because that song's got copyrights on it. I've made, I guess, my predictions on summer, and I don't really want to go into that too much, but I would like to, oh shoot, would like to see what you guys are thinking about what do you think? What do you think happened to her? Do you think that it was a kidnapping or kidnapping? Yes or no? Or I'm going to ask you some questions and you can answer. Um, Hmm. Golly, you're in the UK. And see, that's weird because I was talking about the T and the little thing underneath that. Okay. Yes, Summer needs to be found. The thing is, she's not going to be found the way that we want her to be found. She's going to be found. She will. Yeah, I think it's going to be a while. I really do. It's sad to say that, but that's what I see. And did anybody see last week on the interview room with Chris McDonough? Mary said what she thinks happened. And I'm thinking, man, she's not even there. And she's got a pretty dang good idea what happened to Summer. And it seems plausible to me. Oh, I know she's with God. I know she's up there. And you know what's funny? I don't I did this with I think in the Jelani video that I did that Summer used to hang on Robin all the time. Now she's doing that to Gabby, and it's getting on Gabby's nerves. Summer is just like a little fireball just everywhere, and but she loves Gabby. I mean, she's who doesn't, right? So, see, I don't think yeah, I've heard about them supposedly going on Dr. Phil. But you gotta think, do they think that they're that cunning? Because Dr. Phil can read them like a book, just like we can. I mean, all of us know um, Dr. Phil will rip them apart, but he will too offer them help to get off the drugs and stuff. And personally, I don't think Dawn wants to be off of the drugs. And I am very, very concerned with Candace because, now they have the YouTube channel and she looks like she is done, like she can't take anymore. She looks to me like she's lost all her kids. Her husband's a butthead. And I'm really concerned about what she could do to herself. I would not be surprised if she did something to herself. I have that awful gut feeling. Um, because I can tell you, she feels like Just by me looking at her in these YouTube videos, she is depressed. She is sad. She's depressed. And I feel like has, she feels like she has nothing to live for anymore. She has no kids. And Dawn puts this up as Dawn Wells Family YouTube channel or something like that. And I'm thinking, what family? It's Dawn and Candace now. They don't have a family anymore. At least that's how I feel. Because their kids are gone, you know? Um, and that's what makes a family when you have kids around, running around and playing and making noise and leaving messes, and that's just part of it. I remember when my kids were little and they constantly run in and out, get a toy or grab something to snack on, or and then they got older and they had their friends in, and their friends would come in and they would say, "Hi, Mom," and I'd be like, "Hi, everybody hungry?" And I'd want to feed them all, and um, that was the funnest times. And when my son played baseball and we all piled up in the van, I had a van, and I loved that van. And we'd go to the ballpark, and we had our supply of uh, sunflower seeds, and I'd be standing up in the stands cheering, and oh my gosh, it was just a blast. It was the funnest times of my life, that and Christmas. Because like now, it's just me, my husband, and Dylan. And it's like, he's 17 now. I mean, it was fun when he was little. But then, they get older and you don't know what to buy them. They have everything, and it's just different. I mean, when you have a bunch of little kids running around, that's when it's fun. That's when your life is fun. And you can be broke, poor, everything. But it's fun. I mean, I got married the first time I was 14. My husband was 22. I had 3 kids by the time I was 19. I was married for almost 20 years. And I never thought I'd get divorced, but, stuff happens. But if things weren't happening the way they were happening, I'd probably still be married. I don't know, you know. But I didn't realize it at the time, but he was a lot like um, Don Wells and other men like him, and I didn't know about it for a long time. So that's why I got divorced. But we're here to talk about Summer, not me. Um, but I'm going to do more videos about stuff like that. Um, and I'm working on one right now that's about DV. Um, and that's going to be probably, it may be a long video because there's a lot to talk about in that situation. Um, One thing, when you have children, you don't want to get them involved in um, something like that. If you're lucky enough to find a good man, but it's hard to find one. They're out there. But the thing is, a lot of women, they surrender everything to what their husband says. And you can't do that. Marriage is a partnership where you work together, and everybody has feelings, and everybody should respect everybody else. It's like my husband. Um, he'll say, "Well, where's the keys to the car?" I'll say, "They're in my purse." And he goes, "Well, I ain't getting in there." Well, they're right there on the top. I mean, just get them. I'm not hiding anything from you. Or uh, I'll go to the bathroom or something and my phone will ring and I'll ask him, "Why didn't you answer my phone?" "Ain't none of my business." I'm not hiding anything because, and that's one thing. I do not, and I told all my kids this, I do not like secrets. I do not believe in secrets. When somebody tells you, "Now, this is a secret, we're just keeping it between us." Now, when somebody tells me something, or like when I do my readings, okay, when I do my readings, I am not going to tell anybody on here or in my house. Nobody cares. But they're not gonna. I'm not gonna say who I read or for who or what happened. Now I might get a little emotional with them sometimes and mention to my husband that I just read for somebody that killed herself or something like that. And he understands, you know, shoot, me and him are both crying half the time, which that's another story. I mean, he's a big guy, but he's sensitive. He is. And when I met him and I had my own place, me and Dylan, if he wanted to take us out to eat, and he asked us to go out and eat, I always paid for mine and Dylan's because I did not want to feel like I owed him anything or that he was in control of me. And I have that issue with control because I was controlled so bad in the past. But here we go again. Um, Summer Wells. Okay, Yeah, I don't want to offend anyone either by, talking about how they're on drugs and stuff. Um, I mean, it's not a good place for the kids, and I'm glad they're out of there. Um, I worry about. Um, I understand why people get on drugs. Something happens in their life. They're raised by people who don't give a crap, and they're abused in different ways, and it causes them to want to get rid of the pain, and somebody will introduce them to something, and that's how it starts. Then they get addicted, then they start stealing, robbing, and it gets worse and worse and worse. Um, I just can't understand why somebody would rent their child out. This stuff happens. It happens. And I don't get it. I absolutely don't get it. Because when it comes to my kids, I would put somebody in the ground. And I would do anything for my kids. Anything. Well, now, I wouldn't harbor a fugitive. Um, but I don't raise them that way. As far as the Wellses, and on here, I'm afraid to say the wrong thing. I don't want to say the wrong thing and get in trouble. But I'm not sure what's going on with Summer Dawn here. But I will go back through and I will read the chat. I promise. I always do. Um, I want to know what other people think. About the Summer Wells case, and I wanted to raise awareness to the fund over there. And you can get more information on John Q's channel, and that ends at midnight. But that way, if you wanted to donate or if you wanted to buy merch over there and the proceeds go to Summer Wells. Uh, and I ask. I don't think anybody ever answered me, but even after the marathon is over, would we? Sorry, I'm watching my dog. Would we be able to, even after that time, donate? And no, I think somebody answered me till June the 22nd, I think. And then I guess they're going to stop taking money for it or something. I don't know. I think that should stay open until she's found. That's my theory. But why not just leave it open and let people continue to put money in there until she's brought home? That, that's what I would do. Right. And there was on Crime Stories Obsessed, Maya Milete's sister, Mary Chris, was on, and they have a Venmo and PayPal and all that stuff too to raise money for the search efforts. They have to have stuff for people like water and sunscreen and bug spray and band-aids and things like that. Um, and the searchers are volunteers. The um, police have nobody to help search. They don't have the funding, and I'm so sick of hearing that. So it's up to us. It's up to just regular people to raise the money for all these different things. And um, Xavier Harrelson's, it was his body that was found. Um, and there's really nothing being said about Michael Vaughn, which bothers me because he's missing too. He's 5 years old too. Um, I know what happened to him. I know what happens to all these missing people. It's not hard for me, but I nobody's gonna take a psychic's word for it unless you're um, Reverend Donna Serafina, I guess. um, but I do um, believe in her and her abilities, but I do not believe that Dior Kuntz um, was taken by a bear. I don't believe that. I don't believe he was taken by a bear. I'm trying to look at your chats. Somebody's leaving? No. It says right or good night. I can't see it. Night. Oh. I'm not sure where Karen is from, but if Karen's leaving, good night. Thank you for coming. Stop by and say hi. Oh, thank you. Thank you for coming in, Karen. I appreciate you. So, Summer, let me ask you this then. Since you trust my abilities, oh, I did something. Since you trust me and everything, what do you think about what I said about Dior Coots? Do you think that he was taken by a bear? I know I have done a reading for Samantha. Oh, Granny. Thank you, honey. I can use all the prayers I can get. 2:15 in the morning? Oh my gosh. But that's me. I'm up during the night and I just I don't know. I don't like to sleep. I mean, I love to sleep, but here in the last couple of years, it's not that I'm afraid to go to sleep. It's just I feel like I don't have enough time to sleep. I need to be up. I need to be doing something. Alicia, Miss Sherry, I want to see if you think this is true what I was told about summer. Okay. What was you told about summer? Did I miss it? Did you already say it and I missed it? Well, I did a video. I did several on summer. And that's whenever I first came out of my peripheral or whatever broom closet. Um, and I don't, it wasn't necessarily that I chose that case to come out on. It was just, it was, I felt that I needed to. It was just like everything fit. And I just needed to come out um, about what I can do. And so, of course, I saw a lot too with the Summer Wells case. Um, and the California City Boys was the first case that I worked on, but I didn't come out that way. I just gave my opinions of what I thought instead of saying, I seen this or I felt this. I just said, I think, because there's people just don't understand. Really? Wow, Summer, that's cool. See, that's kind of like how my visions are. They're kind of like daydreams. Like I could just sit there and I can just kind of not space off, like a daydream. When people's going, hey, hello, hello, and you're like just so deep into your daydream. That's kind of like what my visions are. So, oh, that's cool. We have a connection, Summer. I looked for you last week, but you weren't here. Dolly, are you going to bed? You probably should. It's 2:15, 2:30 probably by now. Oh, thank you, Summer. Yes, I really am the real deal. It's just so hard to know what to say to people. Like Maya Malete, that case, they have to know. They have to know that Maya is gone. They do need to find her body, but they have to understand what Larry has done to her. And if she did stay in her room all the time, it was because that was the safest, she felt that was the safest place to keep him away from her. Am I boring you, Leanne? Yeah, did you see that dirty mattress? It looked like a head print and two handprints. Like somebody like this, on that mattress, is what that looks like to me. I'm reading. Well, Alicia, it's just like I said in my video about Summer. Um, about Grandma taking Summer away. I really believe that. I believe that Grandma took Summer's body, in the back of her truck and disposed of her between, and I'm thinking she's buried. But then again, she could have stopped at these pull offs where on highways where the truck drivers pull over and sleep or other things. Because they have big trash cans out there, and I feel like she could have put her in one of those big trash cans between. I mean, she was in like a bag. She Summer was in a bag, and she could have threw her in there at nighttime. Nobody would have seen her. There's no cameras. Um, it's dark. Um, and it would have been like she was just cleaning out her truck real quick. She's traveling, so nobody would have thought anything of it. And as far as her being buried, I don't know if I'm seeing that she's buried. Grandma buried her, or if she was buried at a landfill. See, I don't know. But I really do feel like Grandma left with Summer's body. But that's my theory. I don't think that she drowned. I don't think when she was in the back seat with the milk, she was not, she was alive. I have questions about things because why would her, around her fingernails, it looked dirty, but she had been swimming. So why would her fingernails be dirty if she'd been just playing in the water? Now, if she was digging in the sand, I could understand that. But as far as we know, she hadn't been playing in the sand, she had been in the water. And then there is no evidence of sonic slushies in that truck or on Summer's lips. Because you know her lips and her tongue would have been the color of that slushy. Happens to everybody. Um, there are a lot of theories of maybe she got into something she shouldn't have, which I kind of think that that's possible. And it's like it's all scripted. We've heard this before. We know this. Everybody sticks to the same story, and it doesn't change from Dawn, Candace, and Grandma. It does. The story does not change. It's like they've all rehearsed this word for word, word for word. Every single word is the same, and it wouldn't be because it's coming from three different people, and it doesn't. That doesn't work that way. Everybody has a little variation in their stories, whether it's a true story or a false story. So, why is that? It's because it was practiced, it was rehearsed, um, and we still have a 3 hour gap. Um, they got home, what, around 3? She was reported missing at 6. So, what happened in that time? We know or we believe that planting flowers was false. That didn't really happen. Um, Fixing grandma's knee brace, that probably didn't happen either. And why would grandma with a bad knee, even if she did take pain medicine, why would she be up running around? Wouldn't she sit in the truck with the kids while Candace ran in there and got her milk and whatever? My mom would. My mom would say, I'll wait right here. But I just, I mean, we know that this whole story is just not right. And everything comes out in the wash. The truth always comes out. Everything that's done in the dark will come to the light. It happens all the time. Sometimes it takes a while, but it happens. And Summer will be found, and she will get justice. And it's going to be a sad, sad day. And I hope I can picture it. I mean, it's going to be probably one of the biggest send offs that people have seen in a long time. I can see it. It's sad. But like I've said before, I can see arrest coming. And I do worry about Candace. I'm not sticking up for her. I'm not. Um, but I feel like she's the victim. Um, she's probably the perpetrator, but she's also a victim. She's been a victim for her whole life. And maybe she was just another opinion, but maybe she was tired of what Dawn was doing to Summer, and she didn't want Summer to have that kind of life anymore. And she she could have taken her to the hospital and said, "Hey, I think she got into something she shouldn't have," and saved her, you know. But then she would have had to endure the um, Summer would have had to endure all this suffering all over again. So I think Candace did what she did, um, in a sense, to save Summer from the essay, in a sense. And the boys, they were not taken because of threats from YouTube and stuff. Um, it had nothing to do with that. It had to do with their drug use, the way they were living, that house's conditions. It was a fire hazard. They didn't have proper food. They didn't have proper water. Um, it was a mess. And believe me, I know what it's like to be poor. I do. But the way that I was raised, my mother always said, "Well, you can be poor, but you don't have to be dirty." That's what she always said. And it's true. I mean, we've been me and my first husband, we were poor when he first got out of the military and he couldn't get a job. And this was in 86. And I mean, we lived in a low income housing project with three little kids. We didn't even have the money to buy diapers. I mean, I had two. My last two were 11 months apart. And I used cloth diapers. And I nursed my all of my babies. Um, save money. And having two babies, 11 months apart. Um, one slept in a crib, one slept in a play pit. You know, you make do. You do. You go and you get your food stamps and all that kind of stuff. And I did that. But I did that because I had to. And I hated it. And as far as the teeth, Being on welfare, every state has medical for children, every state. And you can get your children's teeth taken care of for free or almost free through them. I know this. And not only have I been poor and had to live through things like this, I worked for the Department of Human Services and I have seen a lot. And I used to ask, why? Well, I asked one time, how come these people are coming in every month saying they've lost their food stamp card? One of the girls told me they don't lose them, they sell them for drugs. And I looked at her and I said, they sell their food stamp card for drugs. And I said, so how the hell do they feed their kids? Don't know. They don't, basically. When I worked there, I did a lot of crying. I did. Um, I seen kids come in, infants, brought in by their foster families to see their parents for visitation that had to be supervised there at the building. And month after month, not coming to see their children. This is how people lose their kids. Because if you don't comply with the things that they want you to do, like classes on how to be a parent, or anger management classes, or anything like that, that's how people lose their kids. And it's heartbreaking. It really is. I've seen a lot. Um, some of it was scary, to be honest with you. Some of it was pretty scary. I'm gonna look at the chat and see what y'all are saying. Yes, I know. Grandma knows more. She does. And she's, like I've said before, and I don't know if I said it here or in another YouTuber's chat or what, but we need, I really hope that there is somebody up there who is keeping track of Grandma. Brandis. I hope there is somebody up there who has questioned her, who has checked her truck, because she does know more. I promise you, she knows a whole lot more. And she knows more about Rose, too. And this is all tied in together. I'm telling you. Oh, but back to the milk jugs and stuff. When Summer was there, I think she was more than sleeping. I feel like she was, at that time, she was drugged. And I don't mean, see, like I said in my video, I, I said, Candace, I feel, and this was in my first video, that Candace took Summer's breath. I don't know how, and I'm not saying that she put a pillow over her face or she strangled her with her hands or anything else, but somehow she took Summer's breath. And I've thought about this. I don't, it could have been like chloroform, or it could have been that she had gotten into candy that wasn't really candy, or something. There's something there. But Candace is the one that I can't say blame, but she's responsible for that. Um, and I said before, she did not drown. She did not have dry drowning. She she was more than asleep. And I honestly feel like she wasn't she was alive at the time, but I don't know for how long. Can I just put it that way? And when people say that she didn't make it home, it's possible that she had passed by the time they got home. That's what I read into it. Yeah, that poor girl. She didn't stand a damn chance. Really, she didn't. It's so frustrating. It's like, it's frustrating to me. They're keeping tabs on Grandis. I gotta go pee. Stay there. Talk to each other. Okay, I gotta go pee. Um, yeah, there's 17 people in here. Talk to them, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So, where we at? Oh, the picture in the back seat was accidentally recorded. I missed it. Well, I can replay it. I mean, go up in the chat, scroll. Dolly, you still haven't went to bed? Well, Hunter was, how did I put it? Hmm. He was a pawn. He was an alibi. And she thought that the way she was thinking was he would be her alibi, or she could pawn off what happened to Summer as he did it. Because I feel like this was planned. And Don may not have known it was planned. Maybe he had his own plan and she had her own plan. And she's like, I'm going to get to her before you do. But I think she, they're both at fault. So, but I'm just saying, this message held for review. What? No way I'm going to lay there and let the essay of my child. Mm-hmm. Not me either. Somebody be losing a body part. Yeah, that Dodson guy seems kind of creepy to me. Okay, Miss Sherry, let us have it. The way you see it, we all have your back, and you're not offending anyone here. Well, Dawn may have had plans to rent her out, but in my opinion, why would he want her deceased? Because he had his own little play toy with her. You see, it's hard because I have to really be careful how I word this. He didn't want to lose Summer. Dawn didn't. And I feel like Candace was jealous of Summer, all the attention that she was getting from Dawn, and all the things that Dawn was doing to her. And I don't know if it was her way of making everything stop or what. I don't understand. I mean, if it was me, I would have just called the police, and said, this is happening. Then, and that would have been from the first time. that it happened. Of course, you got to think you have two people who are on drugs. You have two people who have been in prison or jail or whatever. Um, these are not the type of people who really do not need kids. And I don't mean to offend anybody because I know redemption happens. And I know just because you go to prison or just because you have had a drug issue does not make you a bad person. Or if you even have a drug issue now, doesn't make you a bad person. It makes you a hurt person, a person who needs help, a person who needs somebody that can actually give you a big hug and tell you they are there for you and mean it. Because the problem is people that have people like Candace, for instance, she's never had anybody to be there for her. She's probably never had anybody to wrap their arms around her and hug her and say, I love you and I will never leave you, and actually mean it. Her mother left her. And then she gets into all these abusive men. I mean, and it messes with your head. It really does. And she got on the drugs to try to help the pain that she's feeling so deeply to go away. And a man is not going to make that pain go away. And the drugs are not going to make that pain go away. And that's a lot of, I mean, it's all up here. When you have been in a relationship of domestic DV, okay, everything that is done to you sticks to you and it messes with your head and it brings you down to a level of crap on the bottom of somebody's shoe. A man, well, not just men, women do it too, but sometimes men make you think that they own you. Nobody will ever want you. And like I've been told, I was told this in my first marriage, I will make it to where nobody will ever want you again. I will F you up so bad, nobody will ever want you again. And things like, well, how can I R you? I own you. You're mine. I married you. You belong to me. And that does happen to married people. Um, my bottom line was, or my final straw was, you don't mess with my girls. How long that went on? 12 years. 12 years that they can remember before I got out. But I didn't know. I didn't know the signs. But I do now. And that's why I got a video coming on that. And I believe that I've done one before, but I may not have been as experienced with YouTube. I may not have known how to word things, and things like that. So there's a lot of things that I've done I'm going to redo, and you can see the difference in how I've grown in doing YouTube. Because the very first video I did was on COVID. Um, and I felt that I needed to do that because so many people were freaking out and thinking, oh, the world's going to be over and everything. Well, the world's not over. And I said this before, the world is not ending. It is ending in the way that it used to be. I mean, we're still going to be here. I mean, we lost a lot of people, and I understand that, and it breaks my heart. But the world will never be the same after this. It can't be. It just can't be. Just like when 9/11 happened. You know, when all that happened, I think most of the world will remember where they were at that day, what they were doing, and the world's never going to be the same after that. We can't, not after that. There's a lot of things that happen in the world that change the way we are and who we are. And it's just like with Summer and Dawn and Candace. How can Dawn and Candace say that they don't remember things? When a tragedy happens, you remember everything. You remember where you were at, what you were wearing, where you were standing, or what you were doing at the time that this tragedy happened. You remember everything. And then I heard that that night that Summer went missing, Dawn was upset because the helicopters that were flying overhead looking for his 5-year-old missing child kept him up at night. And he was mad. And I thought, how could you sleep? Your child is missing. I don't think I'd ever sleep again. I don't I don't understand people, you know? I just don't. We have 19 people in the chat. Thank you guys all for joining us. We are talking about Summer Wells tonight. I'm reading your comments. And that's one thing. I need to find out how to. John Q said he would help me with some of this technical stuff. But Yes, good night, Dolly. Thank you for being here. Know your mama is with you anytime you want to talk to her. Just talk to her. A special place in hell for who? Summer. Are you talking about Dawn? You know, the thing is, I've been through a lot. God bless you too, Dolly. The thing is about uh, people going to hell and all that. And a lot of people don't want to hear this. But God is a wonderful, forgiving God. And I understand the hate for people like people that hurt children, just in general. Okay. And we feel like they should go to hell. And, you know, I do believe in a hell because I believe in heaven. And you can't have one without the other. And the problem is, or the way that it works is God tells us that no matter our sin, if we ask Him for forgiveness and we mean it, truly mean it with all our heart, and we give our souls and ourselves to Him, He will forgive anything anybody does. And when somebody wrongs you this way, I know I've been through it, but I'm telling you, I had the hate. I personally hated everybody. I was miserable. Well, I didn't think I was miserable, but I hated it. I mean, I went to work and I was mad, and I was just I was angry and mad at everybody and just treated everybody like crap. And one day, God spoke to my heart and He said, "You have got to forgive those who have trespassed against you. If you don't, it will eat your soul up." And it took me not long, a day, maybe, and I did. I cried and I cried and I prayed and I prayed. And I was like rock bottom, you know, because it was eating me alive. And I am a very spiritual person. I've been saved, I've been baptized, and I do live for the Lord. I mean, I get upset, I cuss, I smoke cigarettes, but that doesn't mean that He doesn't love me. He gave me a gift, and I'm using it the way He wants me to for good. And once I forgave the people that hurt my children, I felt so much better. You have no idea. It was almost like when I was saved. I mean, it was like I was born again. I mean, it was amazing. But without that forgiveness, I would have been just a grouchy ass shell of a person. You, you forgive people that hurt you, hurt your children, because he says to do that. God tells you to. And I've seen people like in court and their child was murdered by somebody and they stand up to do their statement and they look at the person and they say, I forgive you. That takes a true God loving Christian person to do that because God doesn't like hate. He doesn't know hate. Um, and he doesn't want us to hate. And I know everybody has to go through that cycle. Like when somebody dies, you go through all these steps of mourning. It's the same thing. And it's just, what is this? No, and a lot of these people probably, I mean, they may go to hell, because of what they've done, and they will if they do not. I mean, people go to prison and they say, "Oh, I found God." A lot of people hide behind God. They hide behind the Bible. They hide behind scriptures. And I mean, we know this from preachers and um, these priests, Catholic priests and stuff that do stuff to kids. And God sees that. God sees through that. Yep. He is gracious and he's righteous and he is never. And I'm not wanting to get into this preaching to you, but he is the only one that will ever stand by what he says. He will never falter. He will never deceive you. And you can go to all these different churches, but they're churches. They're man. And the church that I was going to, I really enjoyed because my preacher just stood up, one Sunday and he was like, we don't, he was trying to explain that our offerings were going back into the church to improve the church, to do things for the kids where we could send them on, different things and after school programs, and we built them a big basket, like a gymnasium thing. And he said, but we don't need the money for us. We need it to be able to have things for our kids, and we can go outside every Sunday and sit outside or stand outside and be just as close to God as we can inside, because He's everywhere. And that's why it doesn't matter where you are, you can talk to Him anytime. And that goes back to your family that has passed away. Same difference. It's the same difference. You can talk to them anytime you want to. So, but it's true that God only gave this gift that I have to certain people, and it's in a line of people. That's hard to explain too, but it is generation to generation. It's passed down. Um, and I've always known that I've had it, but I thought everybody was like me for a long time. Um, but after a while, you learn to shut up and keep it quiet because people think you're crazy or something and make fun of you and stuff like that. But I always read about ghost stories and stuff like that. And I've always been into true crime, and but that's just what I like to watch and stuff. So let's see, what time is it? 9 o'clock. So we've been on here for 2 hours. It's all about, when did I realize my gift wasn't common? Um, Probably it was once I started going to school. Um, because the other kids weren't like me. Um, and no, I don't think Dawn and Candace are gonna get away. I don't think um they're too well known right now. I mean, they're not gonna be able to change their looks and sneak away. I'm sure people are watching them, and um, I really wish Dr. Phil would clear this up because I mean they say I've heard say that they're going to be on the Dr. Phil show, but I just I cannot see if they know who Dr. Phil is. I just cannot imagine them going to see him. I mean, I can see them going to California to use him as a meal ticket to get to California or to get famous, because it seems like to me that's all Don wants to do is get famous from this. Honestly, I mean, that's how I see it. I have a calming about me. Um, when I think it's because I have God in me. You know what I mean? Like, you can tell when people, um, just when you meet people, if they have, a calming, way of talking or something, I can feel it. I don't know if you can feel it, but I can. Um, and my father's father, my grandfather, was a preacher. My mother's father, I don't think he was a preacher, but my mom's two brother, well, no, one of her brothers is a preacher, and he teaches in an Indian church, and it's all spoken Indian, and I cannot pronounce the name of the church because it's an Indian name, but it's in Indian, and I'll have to figure out how to get videos and stuff up here so you can see that. I wonder what that is. No, add your news source to your scene includes widgets. I don't know what the widgets are. I don't know how to use this thing very good. Leanne, you're funny. Didn't I see you, Leanne, on JQ or John Q's live? I think I did. Oh yeah, I know what the Bible says about um people doing things to kids. Yeah, earlier today. Oh, okay. So when is this? Does anybody know when they're supposed to be on um Dr. Phil supposedly? Oh, thank you. Thank you, Summer. I could tell you some stories that but I'm not here to preach. But I tell you, when you have a relationship with God, He is with you all the time. And the thing is, when I pray about stuff, I don't pray about stuff for me. I always pray for other people. I pray for Dylan all the time. All the time. Yeah. So, I mean, I'm willing to talk about that and get more into um, God and what He's all about and what He can do for you. If anybody wants to ever go that route, just as a video, which I can put that out and you can watch it or not watch it, and I can see, what kind of response it gets. Which I may try that. Um, yeah, they said she walked off the set of the behavioral panel, which I don't know why. And then Dawn opens this YouTube thing, and they really haven't. I mean, they've posted little things here and there, but they've never really done a video. You know what I'm saying? Well, Summer, I don't see it. Unfortunately, I don't see it. What really upsets me is why would somebody, and this has happened so many times, I've seen it on the news, adopt children. I know it's all money. It's a money scheme or something. But to adopt them and then cage them or starve them or kill them when these children have already been to hell and back, they need to be loved and everything, and then they think that their dream is going to come true, and they go to a crap hole. I don't understand it at all. I just, and then I read in the paper today that um, COVID is making uh, child abuse much more prevalent, I guess, or um, because people are cooped up and locked up, and kids don't get to go to school and all that kind of stuff. You know what? There is so many things that people need to be taken advantage of right now. not having to work outside the home. They get to stay home with their kids. They get to do things with their kids. Um, we went through, me and Dylan went through an ice storm one year, and the power was out for, I don't remember, 2 weeks, something like that. I mean, the whole city of Tulsa was without power. And, I knew how to do things without electricity. I mean, we had water. Um, so, and a gas stove, thank God. So, I mean, I knew how to kind of survive off that. I could cook because I had a gas stove. And the refrigerator was, electric. So I just put all my food outside, out in the garage, and it stayed frozen. Um, put the pop out there and it'd freeze. No. Um, I don't know. I gotta pee again. I'm sorry. See what happens when you get old and you don't have a bladder anymore after having kids. I will be right back. Don't go anywhere. Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry. I lost people. See what happens when you get up to go pee? You lose people. You gotta run too? Okay. Well, it's just me and Summer, and who's left in here? 11 people. Yeah. Come back and see us. Well, I guess we can cut this off, cut this short. Since everybody's leaving, it seems like. I don't even remember where we left off. But if anybody would like to help with the Summer Wells um, reward fund, they got all kinds of stuff over there on John Q. You could go check that out. They're selling all kinds of merch, and I'm not sure what they're up to right now, but it ends tonight at midnight, and it is 9:30 Central, so I guess it's 10:30 there. So it's getting close, getting right down to it. So, you guys, thank you for being here. Mods, do a great job. Thank you. Thank you, Summer. I need to uh, make Samantha a mod. Okay, I'm going to read through your chats and until I see you guys again. Love you guys. Be good to each other. Be nice. Be kind. It feels good. Go check out John Q. Love you guys. Thanks, mods. Bye.